Welcome back, Spooky Babes, to another chilling episodes of Harlots of Spook Talk. I'm LD Patty Loma, your witchy spiritualist, and tonight we're stepping into the darker side of December. Most people are wrapping gifts and sipping hot cocoa. Some folks are out here committing crimes that even Krampus won't co-sign.
And I'm Tiffany, your paranormal and true crime enthusiast. Tonight, we're opening the case files of holiday horrors. Stories that prove not everyone is jolly this time of year. We're talking Christmas Eve break ins, holiday stalkers lurking in the shadows, and some unsettling family crimes that happened when they were supposed to be opening presents.
And I'm Karli, your dark enthusiast of the night, here to guide you through the frostiest, freakiest mysteries. We'll also dive into homicides and famicide that happen around Christmas, those homicides that turn holiday cheer into heartbreak. So buckle up, grab your hot cocoa and something stronger because these stories really do get dark.
And remember, if you're watching, and remember to let's dive into tonight's chilling true crime. Ta-da! Happy holidays.
Oh, is that you got away?
First up on the chopping block is Ronald G. Simmons Sr. He lived from July 15th, 1940 to June 25th, 1990. He was an American spree killer, formerly military serviceman who murdered 16 people, including 14 members of his very own family, over a week in December 1987 in Arkansas. That's pretty messed up.
Disturbing.
It is. The killings considered the deadliest case of famicide in United States history. It occurred near Dover and later nearby a law office, convenience store, and workplace. Simmons served over 20 years in the U.S. Navy and Air Force before retiring. So he was in the military. He was convicted and sentenced to death, waived all appeals, and was by lethal, in 1990, becoming the first person by the method in Arkansas. Among the victims were his daughter, who he had allegedly, remember, this is all alleged, like, you know what I mean? He had
Entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
This is our opinion. Eat it or eat it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
And
those are bad words. I don't know.
It's just not only our opinion, this is also what news reports say. So we weren't there. We don't know. But he allegedly SA'd his own daughter right before the famicide. The child he fathered with her. He had a child with his daughter.
Ew.
Yeah, he also murdered a former coworker and a bystander and wounded 4 others. He is regarded as the deadliest mass murderer in Arkansas history. Okay, he was born on July 15th, 1940 in Chicago, Illinois, to Loretta and William Simmons. He was their second son, so he was the middle son. A daughter, Nancy Ellen Simmons, later Madden, was born on February 4th, 1942. On January 31st, 1943, Simmons' father had died of a stroke. Within a year, his mother remarried a civil engineer with the U.S. Army. The couple then went on to have another son shortly in 1946. So then he like bounced around and all this. By the age of 10, Simmons had developed a reputation as a bully within the family itself, often tormented his younger sister Nancy and his half brother Pete. So even at 10, he was like
He's kind of like
Okay, but can we explain what that fat word with the F?
famicide.
Yeah.
Famicide is when a homicide occurs within a family and another member of the family does it. So it would be like a father with the siblings or
Oh, yeah,
something
no,
like
I
that.
was just saying to explain it for listeners.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. It's, I know you knew because 'cause you're into
I know.
crime, but familicide is basically when one member of the family takes out another member. The biggest one was the List murders, which one day we will get into that one for our audience because that
For
is a
sure.
famous case. But he started tormenting at the age of 10, so it shows just how bad it can get at the age of 10. Pete recalled that Simmons inflicted similar abuse on his own children too. So it just escalated as he got older. A
So who
relative,
let him reproduce? I'm just saying.
I, well,
yeah.
he did it with his own daughter.
I know, but like who
Yeah,
even let him have a
I
child
have
in the first
no
place?
clue. Like somebody out there, I
Right.
I have no clue because a relative noted that Simmons would relentlessly exploit perceived weaknesses. So he went for your weaknesses. He watched and
Mm.
he pounced. So he was very good at that. A sister in law later categorized him as egocentric, quick to anger, and inclined to blame others for his own actions. So he never took accountability either. Despite efforts by his parents to address his behavior, including sending him to stay with family friends during the summers, enrolling him into Morris School for Boys, a Catholic boarding school, his behavior issues just started getting worse. So they tried everything. They tried sending him where they could. On September 5th, 1957, Simmons dropped out of school where he then enlisted in the United States Navy. By November of that year, he was stationed on a ship for repair facility in Guam, where he successfully did get his GED. In July 1959, he was Yearman third class. He was assigned to the Navy hospital at the Navy station in Washington. While attending a USO dance, he met Becky. The two married, so
Mm.
she didn't really see his side. She only see what he let her see. In
Mhm.
Oh.
July 9th, 1960, in New Mexico.
Plot
And they
thick.
would go over to have 7 children over the next 18 years.
Oh, heck no. Mm-mm. I'm
On Ju
sorry, that's too much.
Yes,
Yeah.
7 children. On July 13th, 1962, Simmons left the Navy, and on January 30th, 1963, he then joined the Air Force.
Mhm.
Stationed at an Air Force base, the couple's first child, Sheila, was born October 24th. He was eventually assigned to the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, AFSO, and in January 1966 was promoted to staff sergeant. The following year, Simmons re-enlisted and volunteered for the tour in Vietnam in return for a guaranteed of a billet in Saigon. So he got to actually he re-enlisted to take a tour and he got to choose where he went and he chose Saigon. I wonder why. Before the
Mm.
transfer to Saigon, he was assigned Personal Investigation Division, landing at an air base on August 2nd, 1962. Simmons was in Vietnam until July 1968, including the early 1968 offensive wherein Saigon was attacked. During his 20-year specialist military career, Simmons was also awarded a Bronze Medal Star, a Republican and Vietnam Cross, Air Force Small Arms Expert Marksmanship Ribbon, Simmons retired from the Air Force and military service on November 30th, 1979, the rank of Master Sergeant when he retired. Simmons' record was spotless, by the way, in the military. Like, it was spotless. So that says a lot right there. And it says his wife maybe didn't know too much about him, I'm
Oh,
guessing.
yeah, no.
No, no, I know.
They
It's,
put on a front, and then
yeah.
it's like, I mean,
Oh, this is going to really piss you guys off. Becky, his daughter, confided in her sister that Simmons' mother had warned her about his temper and tendency to dominate those close to him. She was always trying to tell me what Gene was like, Becky told her sister, but I didn't listen. As Simmons insisted, Becky stopped wearing makeup, kept her hair tied back. He handled all household tasks like bills and groceries and forbade her from getting a driver's license or using a phone.
oh,
Forbade
he
his
was
life.
controlling.
Oh, yeah. She
Mm.
could only write to her own family, but later he denied her stamps, so she couldn't send the letters, forcing her to ask others to mail her letters in secret. Simmons used distant post offices boxes to censor that the family's mail required Becky to wear long dresses. Her sister also noted Becky was not stupid by any means, but she was insecure, and he fed off of that.
Mm.
Ronald,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, wow. Ronald had made her believe that things were always her fault, that she deserved what she got.
Wow.
He cut
That's
her off
ugly.
from us, and now he's gone crazy. He wouldn't let her telephone in. He stand there, and she ever made calls to anywhere else. He would like listen. He would not. Before Simmons was executed in June 1990, Becky's brother Manuel described him as an evil man who demanded complete control of his family at all times.
That's sad. Oh my gosh.
Now, then it gets into like what he's done. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me get down to that part. Okay. Here's the schmurders. Now you have a little history on Simmons. So
So he has a
he,
lot of military background. So,
Yeah.
and he's
Mhm.
controlling.
mhm.
He retired as a master sergeant. Okay. He was really meticulous on his schmurders too, by the way. You're gonna notice this. Simmons' murder occurred in 3 phases. 2 were the Simmons home, and the third was in Russellville on the first workday after Christmas weekend. Investigator later concluded that in the weeks leading up to the 1987 Christmas holiday, Simmons made a calculated decision to like off all the members of his immediate family. He recognized it as a one time they would be gathered together in a short period. So he knew Christmas was the perfect time to commit familicide. Several weeks earlier, he had instructed his children dig a large hole, tell them it was for the new outhouse. Okay, that's pretty messed up. On December 22nd, 1987, on the morning he offed his wife Becky and the eldest son Gene by bludgeoning them. Now this is gonna get graphic. I'm sorry. Warner discretion. And then shooting them with a 22 caliber pistol. He then offed his 3-year-old granddaughter Barbara by strangulation. Simmons
Wow.
dumped the bodies in a pit he had forced his children to dig for the new outhouse almost 2 months earlier. So this was premeditated. Simmons then waited for his other children to return home from school from Christmas break. Investigators believe that Simmons' children, Loretta, Eddie, Marianne, Becky, ages 17, 14, 11, and 8, were separated and that each were strangled. It was thought that each child's head was held underwater in a trash barrel that Simmons had placed in a bathroom, non-functioning bathroom, and filled to make sure they were no longer breathing. Their 4 children were dumped in the pit with the other bodies. They were wearing school clothes. Eddie had lunch money still in his pocket. The girls still had battery barrettes in their hair, and one had gum in her mouth. According to the autopsy, Loretta may have struggled trying to escape. Cuts on her face were consistent of being hit at least twice. Her watch and one of her earrings were broken. After he offed the family that had been living at home, Simmons made plans for what he was going to do in Russellville on Monday after the holiday weekend, got drunk, and went around the house beating holes in the sheetrock walls and ceiling. Now, December 26, 1987, around midday, the remaining family members arrived at the home, as Simmons had invited them over for the holidays. It would have been the first time the entire family had been together at the same time. The first to be was Simmons' son Billy and his wife Renetta, who were both shot. He then strangled and drowned their 20-month-old son Trey. Simmons also shot his oldest daughter Sheila, whom he had sexually abused, and that is a fact. By the way, they had proof.
Wow.
Yeah.
But like, what? I just want to know what goes on. Like, why?
That's why I like doing the backstory. But
He lost. Well, they're saying it's because he lost control of the family. He no longer
yeah,
could control his family. They got too big, started moving away. So
Well,
he
that's his
couldn't
own fault.
right.
control.
That's his own fault, but that's not how he was. That's not his thought process. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I mean, how
He
you gonna
also
keep everybody? That's how sometimes. That's how people think. Like, that's why they end up in prison. You know, you can't think like that. You can't do that
he
stuff. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, after he offed his oldest daughter Sheila, and then her husband Dennis Simmons, and their child, 70-year-old Sylvia, and her 20-month-old grandson, his
Mhm.
21-month-old grandson Michael. Simmons laid the bodies of the whole family in neat rows. Their bodies were covered with coats except that of Sheila. Sheila was actually treated different than all the rest. We know why. Who was covered by Beck and Simmons' best tablecloth. The bodies of Trey and Michael were wrapped in plastic sheeting and left in abandoned cars at the end of the lane. The older 6 relatives had been shot as many as 7 times each. After the murders, Simmons drove to the Sears store in Russellville where he retrieved Christmas gifts he had previously ordered for his family. That night, he went out to drink at North 40, a private club in Russellville. Pope County being a dry county, alcohol beverages were only available in private clubs before he returned home. Now, on the morning of December 28th, the first Monday after Christmas, Simmons wrote a short letter stuck in an envelope with $250 and addressed it to his mother-in-law, May Novak. Dear Ma, sometimes you reap many more times than you sow. This is just a little token of our appreciation. Keep in remembrance, love, Jean. Then, armed with a 22 caliber revolver, he drove a car belonging to his oldest son, Ronald Gene Simmons Jr., to Russellville. Simmons had meticulously mapped out the murderous route in town. At some point along it, he mailed the letter and 2 other letters with almost identical wording and money to 2 nieces. All had December 28th, 1987 Russellville postmark. So then he went
Wow.
to law office. Then he went to the oil company, and we all know what he did. The convenience store, the freight
Yeah.
company, and then he surrendered and got arrested.
Wow. So he
Yeah,
turned himself in.
after everything. He went through his whole list. It was a
And
45-minute shooting spree.
oh my gosh.
45 minutes. He killed 2 and wounded 4 others and held a woman hostage before he turned himself in. And then we know what happened. But it's just horrible. Like, yeah.
That's your
I have no words. Like
that's your Christmas Eve or Christmas massacre of 2025. Oh,
No,
jeez.
it was
Well,
1960s. Yeah,
1960, but told
revisited.
from
Yeah,
here, 2025.
2025.
Every year we have like some kind of Christmas murder or
Murder.
whatever. Murder, sorry.
Yeah. No, murder.
Sorry, social media is so wonky. Like some sites are like whatever, and then some sites are like, You can't say
That's why I
that.
was afraid to say the words. I was like, "Oh, no." But
Schmurder.
I wanna do them justice too at the same time. These
Right.
people were alive and they breathed and they walked this earth that
Mhm.
I don't want to denounce their whatever
Yeah.
by making
Yeah, I
a word up.
agree.
No, absolutely agree.
But, yep, that is the
Yes.
Ronald Gene Simmons Sr. case. And it gets deep if y'all wanna look into it. I just can't go too deep on this channel. It goes deeper.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely do your research. If y'all have any questions or you wanna know something, definitely drop a comment below. And yeah, if you've heard different versions, drop it below. We'd love to hear your opinions. I hope that y'all have a happy holiday and we have more murder.
Schmurder, mayhem, and murder.
Well, yeah, coming up soon. Love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Yum, yum, yum. Da-da-da-dum. Tip tap, past winter's icy lake. Giggles in the rafters, lantern shining bright. Hey ho, we stomp through the snow. Hey ho, into the barn. We are the goblins from Motzmark who live upon your farm. We guard your harvest as long as you are kind.